It's easy to see once you look for it. The one thing that almost all successful films and TV shows have in common. The focus on improving oneself by and through circumstances to become a better, stronger, more successful person.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? You little brat?
Every great story covers what's known as the hero's journey, which is a narrative structure of the main character going on a quest of some kind and succeeding to come out better on the other side. It's there in Doctor Strange when the arrogant doctor loses the use of his hands as a brilliant surgeon and has to overcome his limitations and his ego to become a better version of himself, and then Earth's protector as the new Sorcerer Supreme. It's there in Captain America as he has to work harder than everyone else because of his small size to quite literally transform himself into the super strong Captain America. He never has to overcome an ego, but along with his physical limitations, he has to overcome his somewhat limited view of the world. It's not just in superhero movies either. You can see it in anything from movies like Home Alone, where Kevin McAllister has to overcome his fears and immaturity,
Shut up!
all the way to movies like Jurassic Park, where the characters had to fight against dinosaurs, but Dr. Grant, the paleontologist, has to learn to love kids, or at least like them. Dr. Hammond has to grow as a person and realize his flaws, namely his arrogance in thinking he could control nature.
Spare no expense.
You might say those are all fun, entertaining, uplifting movies, and they are. So where does faith come into the picture? Well, it's a faith that says man can work to make himself better. He can improve himself and society, and of course that's uplifting and often builds the basis for a good story, as the main character has to overcome his or her own circumstances to achieve something better. I and most people enjoy movies that do this well. Sure, CGI, great acting, and millions of dollars can make a good film even better, but the heart of a good film is a good story, and often that story is one of overcoming. But there is a problem. Hollywood makes these stories with the presupposition that man can become better on his own, while the Christian faith teaches that apart from having a real relationship with our Creator, we can't get better on our own. So why do people love these movies? Because we all want to believe in ourselves, believe in second chances, and be encouraged to overcome our own difficult circumstances. It's not that only Christians are capable of any goodness or only Christians can overcome difficulties, because we can see many people in real life who have overcome circumstances to better themselves and their situation to a degree. However, Christianity teaches that the ultimate overcoming of our imperfect nature can only be achieved through Christ's atoning sacrifice. Whatever strides we make on our own are limited and of limited value. Still, I don't think that precludes Christians from enjoying secular movies with a positive message of overcoming difficult circumstances. But when Hollywood makes films or TV shows that have people of faith, especially Christians, they often only use that faith to lure in a wider audience, but with no respect that God can play any part in the redemption of the characters, but often in spite of him. It's because Hollywood's faith is in something called humanism, or secular humanism. Secular humanism is the belief that humans are capable of being ethical and moral without religion or a god, that humans are neither inherently good or evil, that we are not uniquely valued, but that we are responsible for the problems caused by humanity. Secular humanism views truth and morality through a lens of science, philosophy, utilitarianism, ethical naturalism, and evolutionary ethics. In short, it's a religion that doesn't believe in a higher power other than science and doing what feels right according to what's popular at the moment. That faith sometimes aligns with other religious beliefs, including Christianity. More often than not, it doesn't. And part of the reason is because their values are ever-changing. It has become the default viewpoint for many in Hollywood and even all of Western culture. Let's consider a few shows that deal with religion. God Friended Me is a new show about how God friends an atheist on Facebook and directs him to do good and grow as a person. It's not a Christian show, and you find this out pretty quickly. Homosexuality is a constant hot topic because it's accepted in popular culture, but goes against traditional religious faiths. In the third episode, the pastor's daughter is shown to be a lesbian, and that her father completely approves.
Like I said, whatever makes you happy.
The show's creators have stated that the force involved may not even be God. So the show is promoting how we can get better on our own, and also how religious truth is not needed. Living Biblically is another show. It only lasted one season, and was loosely based on the novel The Year of Living Biblically by A.J. Jacobs. The priest in the show immediately laughs at anyone wanting to fully follow the Bible.
I've decided to live my life 100% by the Bible, to the letter.
The Bible is shown to have some wisdom, but the character grows despite the Bible being out of touch or contradictory. It's shown as sometimes having good advice, but nothing more. Lucifer is a show based on a comic, and while that takes away some directness of its view of faith, the character is in fact based on the devil.
Stop caring, you're the devil.
The show is all about how the devil isn't such a bad guy, and is just like a regular person who needs to get better and overcome his shortcomings, while fighting crime. The character is humanized and shown to get better, most definitely without God. Look at the Harry Potter films, the highest grossing series of all time. The most powerful magic comes from the Patronus charm,
Expecto Patronum!
which is the summation of your most personal happiness. Your personal happiness is the most powerful thing? We're often told repeatedly that Hollywood only has an agenda to make money. That's just too naive. Of course Hollywood wants to make money, but they also have their own set of values. Hollywood makes what are sometimes called prestige pictures. It's a film that they know won't make a lot of money and may even lose money, but they make those films to win awards and accolades and say, see, these are our real values. And that also has now expanded to include films with more direct agendas. They made the film Noah, about a man who's a psychopath who tries to kill his family and promote the flood as a form of environmentalism.
Father.
While Christians may want to boycott a bad show, Hollywood pushes those bad shows all the more to show that they don't believe or need religious values.
And I'm proud of you, Samuel. I'm proud of the man you've become.
Because they are pushing back on the idea that those things matter. If Hollywood wants to make films that respect faith, they will have to acknowledge the spiritual power behind that faith. But by and large, I don't think they will, because their faith is at odds with true faith in God. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more videos about pop culture from a theological perspective, please click subscribe. And I'll see you next time.